This star can kill you from 1,000 kilometers away. Imagine an invisible line drawn into the blackness of space. On one side, you're safe, but the moment any part of you crosses it, you just cease to exist. Not in a fiery explosion or a flash of light, but in a way that's more fundamental and more terrifying. The very atoms that make up your body get stretched, twisted, and violently torn apart by a force you can't even see. This is the calculated physical reality of what scientists call the lethal zone around a star called Magnetar. It can kill you from 1,000 kilometers away without ever touching you. It's a place where laws of chemistry completely breaks down and the matter itself is just unmade. How can a tiny dot in the sky wield such a terrifying power? The answer lies in one of the most extreme and violent objects the universe has ever created. So, what's this cosmic monster? A magnetar is a type of neutron star, but that description doesn't really do the justice. It's better to think of it as a ghost of a star, a hyper compressed, zombified core left behind after one of the most violent events in a cosmos, a supernova. Picture a star far more massive than our Sun running out of fuel. For millions of years, it was a titan of nuclear fusion. But now, that outward pressure suddenly vanishes, and the gravity, the star's most relentless force, wins. In a fraction of a second, the star's enormous core collapses. An object hundreds of thousands kilometers across is crushed down with unimaginable force. The resulting shockwave blasts the star's outer layers into space in a supernova explosion, an event so bright it can outshine the entire galaxy. But what's left behind is the real story, the core. The gravitational collapse is so intense that the electrons are smashed into protons, creating a sea of neutrons packed together with unbelievable density. The result is a neutron star, an object with more mass than our Sun, squeezed into a sphere no larger than a city, maybe 20 kilometers across. The density is just mind-boggling. A single teaspoon of a neutron star material would weigh as much as a mountain here on Earth. This is matter at absolute brink, just one step shy of collapsing into a black hole. Among these already extreme objects, a few become something else entirely, something far scarier. They become magnetars. While astronomers have catalogued over 3,000 neutron stars, we know only about 30 or 40 confirmed magnetars. They are the rare exceptions, true monsters of the cosmic graveyard. They look like neutron star, their siblings, tiny, dense and spinning, but they are armed with a weapon that makes them arguably the most dangerous objects in the universe. The danger from a magnetar isn't its heat or radiation. It's something invisible, silent and inescapable, the magnetic field. Let's get some perspective. The magnet on your fridge is about 100 Gauss. The strongest magnet humans have ever built reach tens of thousands of Gauss. A typical neutron star already has mind-bending strong magnetic field around a trillion Gauss. But a Magnetar field starts at a quadrillion-Gauss. That's 1 with 15 zeros after it. It's 1,000 times stronger than a regular neutron star and a trillion times stronger than Earth's. The energy in this field is so dense, its mass is equivalent to 10,000 times that of lead. So, what would this invisible force actually do? Let's take a hypothetical trip. If a magnetar were just halfway between Earth and the Moon, about 200,000 kilometers away, its magnetic field would be strong enough to instantly wipe the data from every credit card on the planet. Our financial data gone in a flash from an object that would be just a tiny dot in the sky. But that's nothing. Let's get closer. The real horror starts in the lethal zone, a radius of 1,000 kilometers or 600 miles from the star. Cross this line and your fate is sealed. At this range, the magnetic field is so powerful it overwhelms the forces that hold the atoms together. The very rules of chemistry are rewritten. The electron clouds orbiting atom in your body would be stretched and distorted into a long, thin, rod-like shapes. As you get closer, the effect becomes catastrophic. The field creates a tidal force on an atomic scale, pulling on the electrons in one side of an atom more than the nucleus on the other side. A simple hydrogen atom would be squeezed to be 200 times narrower than normal. The chemical bonds that hold your molecules together would fail. The water in your cells, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, none of it could stay stable. Your body would unravel. This isn't burning or freezing, it's deconstruction at the most fundamental level. As one scientist from MIT described, the atoms cannot exist. They would just get torn apart by the magnetic fields. The NASA and ESA scientists put it even more directly, stating that if a person got within that 600-mile zone, the star would act like a proverbial sci-fi death ray, ripping apart every atom inside the body. You would be simply disintegrated. Every atom that makes you would be warped and torn apart, ceasing to be the complex structures that make up life. You would be reduced to a stream of fundamental particles, all without Magnetar ever touching you. It's a deconstruction by pure, raw, inescapable force. A weapon this powerful doesn't just appear out of thin air. The universe has to work hard under very specific and violent conditions to forge a Magnetar. It all starts with the death of a massive star in a supernova. But not just any supernova. Two key ingredients are believed to be necessary: incredibly fast rotation and convection. As the star collapses, the principle called conservation of angular momentum takes over. It's the same reason as an ice skater spins faster when they pull their arms in. Now imagine that on a cosmic scale. A star core that might have been rotating once every few hours is crushed into a size of a city. Its spin rate skyrockets, and the newborn neutron star spins hundreds of times per second. At the same time, the magnetic field lines from the original star get trapped and squeezed together, amplifying the field's strength immensely. But that's not even close enough. The final step is thought to be a magneto-hydrodynamic dynamo. For a few seconds, the new neutron star is chaotic boiling fluid of a super dense matter that's rapidly spinning, churning fluid like a cosmic generator, boosting already powerful magnetic field into quadrillion-gauss level that define a magnetar. However, the story is getting more complicated. Recent discoveries are challenging this neat model. In early 2025, astronomers using the Hubble Space Telescope shared a stunning finding about a magnetar named SGR 0501 plus 4516. They tracked its movement and traced the path backward, expecting to find a wreckage of a massive supernova, but there was nothing. This runaway magnetar was a cosmic orphan, suggesting it might have been born in a completely different way. Scientists now have other theories. One idea is cataclysmic merger of two neutron stars. Another is called accretion-induced collapse, where a white dwarf in a binary system steals so much material from the partner that it collapses under its own weight, possibly forming a magnetar without the usual supernova. Research from late 2024 also suggests the magnetar from the fast radio bursts they create often form from the merger of a massive stars in large galaxies. So the universe may have more than one recipe for creating these magnetic terrors. Whether from the death of a single giant or collision of a stellar corpses, the result is the same: a city-sized object armed with a force that can defy the laws of chemistry itself. The magnetic field doesn't just project outward, it fundamentally changes the star itself, turning it into a truly alien object. The forces are so immense, they warp the magnetar's body and even twist the fabric of space-time around it. For starters, a magnetar isn't just a perfect sphere. Its own magnetic field is so powerful, it distorts the star's crust into a slightly oblong, lemon-like shape. We have seen evidence of this. Astronomers studying a magnetar named 4U0142 plus 61 noticed it was wobbling as it spun. The only way to explain this is if the star isn't perfectly round, proving its internal magnetic field is so strong enough to physically bend an object made of densest matter in the universe. And the weirdness gets deeper. Recent observation of that same Magnetar revealed something shocking. It appears to have solid surface with no atmosphere. What that means is that you can actually stand on this star. That is, if you weren't being atomized from 1,000 kilometers away. The physics gets even stranger in the space right around the star. The magnetic field is so strong that it affects the vacuum of space around it. Now, according to quantum physics, the vacuum is filled with virtual particles. A magnetic field polarizes this vacuum, making empty space behave like a crystal prism. In this environment, high energy light can do things that are normally forbidden, like splitting into two or merging together. A matter doesn't just exist in space, it actively rewrites the rules of space around it, creating a bubble of extreme physics where our normal understanding breaks down. If your mind is being blown by these cosmic extremes and you want to explore more of the universe's most extreme and terrifying secrets, take a moment to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We dive into these topics every week, and you won't want to miss what we uncover next. All of this might sound like distant hypothetical threat. These objects are rare and the closest ones are thousands of light years away. Surely we are safe, right? Mostly yes, but we have felt their power. On December 27th, 2004, an incredible burst of gamma rays and X rays washed over our planet. Satellites were instantly saturated by the flood of energy. The wave of radiation was so powerful, it physically disturbed Earth's ionosphere. The source wasn't our solar system, it came from a magnetar named SGR 1806-20, located nearly 50,000 light years away on the other side of the Milky Way. Let that sink in. An object 50,000 light years away released a flicker of energy that lasted for a tenth of a second but had such intensity that it had measurable effect on our planet. In that brief moment, the flare released more energy than our sun does in over 100,000 years. It's a chilling reminder of the sheer power we are dealing with. If that flare had come from a matter just 10 light years away, it could have stripped away the ozone layer and caused a massive extinction event. These giant flares are Magnetar's calling card, and they are thought to be caused by star quakes. The star's solid crust, on which you can stand, is under immense stress from the twisting magnetic field beneath it. Eventually, the crust fractures, releasing a massive amount of energy as a torrent of gamma rays. These events are how we first discovered these objects, which were initially classified as a mysterious soft gamma repeaters or anomalous X-ray pulsars, before scientists realized they were all Magnetars. In November 2023, astronomers detected a massive gamma ray burst from the M82 galaxy 12 million light years away. The flare, which lasted just tenth of a second, was confirmed to be a giant magnetar eruption, the first time one had been definitely seen outside our own galaxy. Being beyond terrifying, magnetars are helping us solve some of the universe's biggest mysteries. Chief among them, fast radio burst or FRBs. FRBs are incredibly bright, millisecond-long bursts of radio waves that can outshine our sun. For years, their origin was a complete puzzle. The prime suspect, though, was always magnetars. In 2020, that suspicion became near certainty when a magnetar in our own galaxy, SGR 1935+2154, was caught unleashing a burst of radio waves that looked exactly like an FRB. It was the smoking gun. More recent discoveries have solidified this connection. A study in early 2025 analyzed this twinkling of a FRB from 2022 and traced its origin to a highly magnetic environment right around a magnetar in another galaxy. It was hailed as the conclusive evidence that the twisting magnetic field of a magnetar can launch this incredible burst of energy. But just as scientists thought that they had figured it out, the universe threw another curveball. Another team pinpointed a repeating FRB to a place it shouldn't be. a quiet outskirt of an old, massive galaxy. Magnetars are thought to be young with violent lives that only last about 10,000 years, not in ancient stellar graveyard. This discovery suggests there might be another way to create FRBs or that our understanding of Magnetars is still incomplete. Those alternative formation theories, like stellar mergers or white dwarf collapse, could be the key to explaining these signals. The matter sits at the heart of a cosmic discovery. It's both a known quantity, an object of terrifying and calculable power, and a deep enigma tied to mysteries we are just beginning to unravel. From the heart of a stellar explosion comes a city-sized corpse spinning madly, armed with an invisible weapon and unimaginable power. A magnetic field 1,000 trillion times stronger than ours, a force that can warp the star itself, twisting the vacuum of space and deconstruct the matter from 1,000 kilometers away. A Magnetar isn't just another star, it's a physical manifestation of the universe at its most extreme. It's a place where familiar rules of chemistry breaks down, replaced by quantum horror show that rips atom apart. We have felt its power from 50,000 light years away. We see its echoes in mysterious FRBs that flash across the intergalactic space. And we are still uncovering the secrets of their violent bursts. A Magnetar is a profound and humbling reminder of what's out there in the dark. The universe isn't just a quiet expanse of twinkling lights. It's an active and violent and creative place, constantly forging objects that defy our comprehension. And within it, there are real monsters whose power we are just only beginning to understand. If this journey to the edge of physics sparked your curiosity, please hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comment below. What other cosmic objects fill you with awe or terror? And for more explorations into the wonders and the horrors of the cosmos, make sure you're subscribed, and thanks for watching.